Is Aaron Judge the 2022 AL MVP? I tried to say it with a straight face, I really did. What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB video, and today we're going to be going over my mid-season awards. That's Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, Manager of the Year, and AL and NL MVP. It's going to be a great video. Don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe for more daily MLB content. Also, be sure to sign up at Thrive Fantasy. Get a first deposit match up to $100. It's a daily fantasy and player prop betting app. It's live in almost every state in the U.S., and it's a great time. You can win some money, prove that you know ball. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video and start with our first prediction, and that is going to be American League Rookie of the Year. Now, when it comes to the American League Rookie of the Year, it can only be one guy at this point, and that is Julio Rodriguez. Julio Rodriguez is a starting outfielder for the Seattle Mariners. If you've been living under a rock, he leads all rookies in WRC+. He wins above replacement. You name it, he has it. He has been stealing the most bases of any rookies. He's been hitting for power. He's been hitting for average. He's been doing it all. He is just electrifying to watch, and one of the next big stars of the game. I like to compare him to Ronald Acuna Jr. I feel like they have a very similar game where they have very good speed, very good power, a true five-tool player, and going to be one of the most fun players to watch over the next 10 to 20 years. Julio Rodriguez so far this season has 21 stolen bases, 44 RBIs, 15 home runs, and a 134 WRC+ that leads all rookies in all of baseball, not just the American League. He also has 2.8 wins above replacement at the time of recording this video. He might get a couple more stats in the coming games. I'm recording this on July 15th, so take it with a grain of salt. But he has just been dominant, a force to be reckoned with on the base pass, a force to be reckoned with in the batter's box. He's been crushing the ball, and Julio Rodriguez, man, he is going to be the centerpiece of that Seattle Mariners franchise for the next 10 plus years. He is easily my 2022 AL Rookie of the Year pick, and I would be shocked if anybody dethrones him by the end of the season. Next up, my National League Rookie of the Year is going to be Spencer Strider of the Atlanta Braves. Now, this dude has been electric this season. He is one of 4 rookies in baseball to have at least 70 innings pitched so far this season. He's striking out a phenomenal 14 batters per 9 at the moment, ERA of 2.56. His FIP is even better at 1.82, and he's already registered 2.5 wins above replacement in those 70 innings, which is just elite. He's been one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, let alone the best rookie in all of baseball. I would like to give an honorable mention to Mackenzie Gore and Michael Harris, a teammate of Spencer Strider's. Both those guys have been killing it, but Spencer Strider, man, he looks like one of the elite pitchers in all of baseball, not even just rookies. Next up, we've got Manager of the Year, and this one was extremely tough to go through, but I had to pick one. I would like to give an honorable mention to Bob Melvin of the San Diego Padres. He's been dealing with a lot of injuries on that squad, and he's made them look a lot better than they are so far to this point in the year. They have been on a skid as of late, but as a whole body of work, I would like to shout out Bob Melvin. He's done a fantastic job with that San Diego Padres roster. But my actual pick for National League Manager of the Year is going to be Buck Showalter of the New York Mets. Now, obviously, the New York Mets had a big offseason this year, you know, acquiring Mark Canha, they signed, Starling Marte, they signed Max Scherzer. They had a lot of big guys, but they have had some major injuries, specifically to Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer, and I feel like 2 or 3 of their other starters have been hurt. A lot of their bullpen arms have been hurt. It's been a tough team to manage, but Buck Showalter has that clubhouse clicking on all cylinders. The chemistry of this team is fantastic, and I feel like his managing decisions are pretty damn good. I always loved him when he was in Baltimore, and I love him even more with a great roster over in New York. Next up, we got our American League Manager of the Year, and this one was way tougher than the National League. I'd like to give some shout-outs first to Brandon Hyde of the Baltimore Orioles. Putting them above 500 at the All-Star break has just been extremely impressive. The Orioles have played way above their skill level, in my opinion. Rocco Baldelli have the Twins on top of the AL Central at the All-Star break. And then Aaron Boone of the New York Yankees. Now, it's probably going to be a hot take not putting Aaron Boone as the Manager of the Year, but I feel like anybody could have managed this Yankees team to where they're at right now. I don't think Aaron Boone's decision-making has been a key factor. I just think all the players on the Yankees have been performing phenomenally. I don't really necessarily attribute that success to Aaron Boone because we saw what he did last year with a very similar roster. The players just weren't performing as well. But my actual pick for American League Manager of the Year has got to be Kevin Cash of the Tampa Bay Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays have had the most injuries of any team in Major League Baseball. At the time of recording this video, they have 17 players on the injured list, and they are still above 500 and in a wild card spot. The Tampa Bay Rays have been dominant despite having a lackluster roster on paper, as well as having major injuries, specifically to their superstar Wander Franco. Tyler Glasnow is on the injured list. Shane Baz was on the injured list to start the season. They've just had a lot of injury concerns, but Kevin Cash has just kept the ball rolling. They've just been able to win baseball games despite having these major injuries. So shout out to Kevin Cash. He's one of the only managers in baseball I can say is actively making his roster better. Next up, we've got my National League Cy Young Award winner pick, and that has got to be Sandy Alcantara, or Alcantara. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's Alcantara. I'll be honest. I think that's how it is. But anyway, Sandy just been an absolute monster this season. He leads all active pitchers in ERA plus at 238. League average is 100. He has a 238 ERA plus. He's faced the most batters. He's thrown the most innings. He's thrown the most complete games. He's throwing a ridiculous amount of innings every single start, and he's got a 1.73 ERA to show for it. He has just been absolutely dominant on the mound, and he should be starting the All-Star game for the National League. However, I think they might give it to Clayton Kershaw. We'll have to see. And then my American League Cy Young Award winner pick is a very easy one. He's a player for the Tampa Bay Rays. Raise up Shane McClanahan. Dude has been absolutely dominant this year. 110 innings pitched this season, 147 strikeouts. He's got a 2.09 ERA plus, an ERA of 1.71, which leads all of Major League Baseball. He has a 7.74 strikeouts to walk ratio. So every single walk, he strikes out 7 batters in between each walk, which is just phenomenal control and just sheer dominance. He's throwing strikes and they can't hit it. Shane McClanahan, easily the best starting pitcher in the American League right now. I love me some Shohei Ohtani. I wish I could put him in this category, but Shane McClanahan has been dominant all season long. All right, and now we have reached the peak of the video. We got the National League MVP award winner, and that goes to none other than Paul Goldschmidt. Now, Paul Goldschmidt does not lead the National League in wins above replacement. However, I do think he is the best player and the most valuable player in the National League. He's got an OPS plus of 186 to go with his 1.006 OPS. He's slugging .591 this season with a 415 on base. He's got 5 stolen bases. He can run a little bit. 67 RBIs, 62 runs scored, 332 batting average to go with his 19 home runs. The dude has just been absolutely on fire this season, and I love to see it. I've always been a big Paul Goldschmidt fan, so I'm really hope he keeps this up and can translate this into a National League MVP at the end of the season, but easily my National League midseason MVP at the moment is Paul Goldschmidt of the St. Louis Cardinals. And then last but not least, the most valuable player in all of baseball, or the American League MVP, whatever you want to call him, this 2-time unanimous MVP, I'm just going to speak it into existence, Shohei Ohtani. There's just no debate for this at this point. Let's just go over his offensive numbers before we talk about how dominant of a pitcher he has been this year. He's got a 136 OPS plus, meaning he's 36% better than league average. He's got an OPS of 841. League average is in the mid 700s there. 494 slugging is nothing to scoff at. 347 on base. 258 batting average. He's also hit 19 home runs on the season so far this year. He's just been pretty damn good at the plate. Now, those numbers aren't eye-popping or anything, but factor in these stats. He started 15 games on the mound this year. He's 9-4 with 87 innings pitched. He's got an ERA plus of 166, a FIP of 2.27, and an ERA of 2.38. He has been absolutely dominant on the mound. Factor that in with his 12.7 strikeouts per 9 and 5.59 strikeouts to walks. He hasn't been as dominant on the mound as Shane McClanahan, but I'd probably consider him a top 3 Cy Young candidate on top of being an above average offensive player. Now, if you haven't seen the stat, the Angels have not won a game since June 20th, or I think it's June 27th, that Ohtani didn't start on the mound. And it is just so clear you can see the value of Shohei. Every time he starts, the Angels have a chance to win. Every time he doesn't start, they pretty much are helpless. They have no shot at winning a game. And if that isn't what an MVP is, I don't know what is. So if you have anything to disagree with, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more daily MLB content, and sign up at Thrive Fantasy. Use promo code NMR and get a 100% first deposit match up to $100 and get some free contest entries. Details are in the description. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. See y'all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.